Hey guys, it's Ordinary Dreamer. Yo, it's Vinori here. There's a lot of things I want to address, mainly the fandom and the show itself. Season 8 came out 2-3 days ago. I don't know, depending on where you guys saw this video. Maybe like a week, 2 weeks, a year. I just want to address some of the problems I've been seeing that's been arising about the entirety of season 8. I thought the problems only stayed in Twitter because that's where everyone just at the Voltron Twitter at, you know what I'm saying? I don't use Twitter, you know. But no, the problems are also surfacing on YouTube for some reason. Usually whenever I scroll through some Voltron cracks, some, you know, Voltron vines, you know, the good shit, I don't see any problem. I don't see anyone sending death threats to, you know, Pidge, yelling at the creators about how Voltron queer baited us. No, I've never seen that on YouTube. I mean, I've seen people talk about it, but I've never seen people just, you know, full on get mad and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I thought, okay, you know what? Maybe it's just a Twitter thing, or maybe we're just all delusional and making everything, you know, we're just over exaggerating things. But yesterday I was going through some Voltron crack as usual. I just wanted to see some season 8 Voltron crack, and the amount of shit I found on YouTube comments and people agreeing with each other was insane. Like, get over yourselves. It's the final season and you're not happy about it. I'm gonna start off with Allura and the fandom. I'm gonna be starting off the fandom because I am generally disappointed in some of you guys. I've been watching Voltron since season 4. I'm a young baby, I know. I didn't really believe that Voltron's fandom was super toxic. In fact, I didn't believe that a lot of fandoms were toxic. The only fandom I've ever joined before Voltron was Undertale. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't see anything toxic about the Voltron fandom, the Undertale fandom, just anything. I've seen videos about it, and I was just like, you know what, maybe they're just over exaggerating. I mean, it's probably because I'm never on Twitter, or I don't have a Twitter. The only toxic I've seen between fandoms is that ship wars. And it's like, oh my god, Clance is better than Sheath. Oh my god, Sheath is better than, you know, whatever. And I'm like, okay, that's the most toxic it can get. But for scrolling through some Voltron cracks, I've seen that so many trash comments saying how they're happy that Allura died. And I'm telling you right now, the people that made these comments are most likely Clance fans because, you know, like, you know, Lance took Allura, and then there's people saying how that Lance is a rebound. And I'm gonna be real with you, like, I do think he is a rebound, but not the rebound we think it is, if that makes sense. I feel like we all looked into this story at the wrong direction because we've been so blinded by these countless ships that the Voltron creators made for us in the first few seasons. So we all know that Allura dated Lotor and Lotor betrayed her, but I don't fucking know. And that Allura showed anger and sadness, right? Because take this in, she lost her people, she lost her family, she lost her planet. Now that she finally thought she had something to call back, you know, like a family to come back to when the war is done, that thing betrays her. But then that's where Lance's role comes in. Because of his character cherishes family so much. Not just him, but his family in general. You see that in the dinner scene when they're celebrating the last day before Lance leaves. They're like, oh, even though we're separated, we're close by heart. And because Lance is that type of character, Allura needs that support to make her, you know, withstand all the bad things that have been happening to her. I mean, like, yeah, she loves him, definitely, but in a writer's perspective, you can't make someone that's been through so many shit and still make her strong. At this point, if I was Allura, I would break down too, and I would need someone's support. And you also see that before Allura even dated Lance, that Allura started to become more exhausted. When she was interrogating the Altaians, she was not having it when they were not talking to her. She was like, I'm fucking out of here. I'm not talking to y'all. Like, you guys are my people. Why aren't you guys talking to me? She's acting like this because she thought she finally had something, right? Lotor's gone, but she found Altaians and she's like, oh my god, I finally found my fucking people. And now she's like, oh shit, they're not fucking talking to me. What the fuck? So when after Allura and Lance date and after the dinner scene, Allura explains how she does not have a place to call family. And that's where Lance is like, oh my god, bitch, I fucking got you. Like, he's like, I love you, we could be a family, you don't deserve this kind of crap. Lance is that kind of character, and that's why we all love him, right? Lance dating Allura, yes, it is a rebound, but it's for a good reason. Not because Allura is just thirsty and needs another fucking man. No, Allura just needs Lance at the moment because Lance provides the support that Allura needs. Allura does like Lance. It's just that I think she likes his character plus how she can call him something that she cares about and something that she can go to after the war. But too bad she's dead. So if anything, we just misinterpreted the relationship. There were also comments explaining how Lance looked really sad when he was with Allura. Maybe I can see, but I feel like, again, we are misinterpreting these allurance scenes a lot, but I feel like what got me the most was that people said that that's not how love looks like, and they went on to express their love experiences and thinking that they're the master of love, saying like, oh my god, that's not how love looks like. Lance looks so exhausted, he shouldn't be dating Allura. First of all, Lance has been in love with Allura since season 1, and I feel like we all just forgot that detail. It was so fucking obvious that Lance liked Allura. And the reason why the man looks super sad when he's with Allura is because he's not sad. He's just trying to be sympathetic with Allura. If you look through most of the scenes with Lance and Allura looks completely vulnerable. And Lance doesn't like that. He doesn't want to see the person he loves vulnerable like that. He's just trying to make her feel better. And seeing the person he loves like that, why would he be happy? Is what I'm trying to see. So those emotions, those sad faces, sad emotions that Lance was expressing whenever he was with Allura, those sad emotions you guys deciphered as were not sad. Those were feelings of sympathetic, cause I'm smart. And I feel like because Lance knows that he can't do anything about Allura's past, not only frustrates him but makes him even, you know, upset for Allura. Yeah, I think that's it. In summary, if you're one of those people that are saying that Allura deserves to die, they're happy that Allura has died, just remember that she was the character you guys loved in season 1. She is using Lance, not using Lance, but is dating Lance for a good reason, not because he's just a rebound from Lotor. There is a lot more to Lance being a rebound for Allura. Also, can I just say, I've also saw comments complaining about Lance should have been gay or at least bisexual because of all the LGBT things he's done in the show. First of all, you can support the LGBT community without being gay. So, get over yourselves. Lance is straight. Clans is over, Sheath is over, Pigeons is over, it's all good. I'm sorry. My second thought, the season was rushed. I'll admit, I liked this season, but like, they could have done better. My first point is that there were so many things happening. We had too many time jumps. We went from, at the end of season 7, they landed in Earth, and then on the first episode of season 8, they're like, we have one more day on Earth until we leave. I'm like, wait, what? Because I was watching season 8, episode 1, and I'm like, oh, okay. You know, like, they just got on Earth, you know, they're making themselves cozy or whatever. And then they're like, oh shit, we got a ye in a day. And I'm like, what? And honestly, throughout the season, I couldn't keep up with what was happening. Also, when Allura and them were chasing Honerva, and they finally got her, and then Honerva was like, oh my god, I can't, the damage has already been done, like, it's over. And then Allura is like, oh shit, I'm gonna kill myself so we can save the world. And then sappy scene happens. I'm like, we went from such anger, tension kind of scenes to, in a snap, they're like, oh my god, Pidge, I'll miss you. Lance, I love you. And I'm like, you were so ready to beat up Honerva, and then you're like, I have a way to save you, but I need to sacrifice myself. What the? Peace, guys, gotta kill myself with Honerva. Yeet. I didn't even have time to cry. And honestly, like, it just felt pretty unnatural. A lot of the scene transitions, when they're trying to transition from atmosphere to atmosphere, mood to mood, it just felt very unnatural. Also, Allura's dialogue with Zarkon in the void, I don't know how to feel about that. The transition from season 7 to season 8, she was like, oh my god, Princess of Altea, ready to, you know, handle the Castle of Lions. Sorry, not the Castle of Lions, that's gone. The Atlas. And then all of a sudden, she's like, remember the sufferings you caused. And I'm like, is this Allura or is this Keith? My third thought, I'm happy that they showed that Shiro got married, but at the same time, I don't. Honestly, in my opinion, we didn't deserve it because of all the ruckus we made from season 7 to season 8 on Twitter. I think from what I've saw from YouTube videos. Apparently from the amount of death threats they've been sending, the amount of hate they've been sending in the show because Shiro didn't even meet Adam and y'all were just fighting them. Like, I bet you the creators only did it because of the high demand and the ruckus we created on Twitter saying how we want gay content. I get it, we felt queer baited last season, like, I'll give you that. But I didn't really care because we have to remember that this show is about war, battle, and a lot of shit actually. The show's genre is not in the romance category. They don't need to put any kind of romance into the show. If anything, I'm just glad that they even took the initiative to make Shiro gay in the first place, because in the original he was not, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. I mean, like, yeah, sure, it was pretty vague. People didn't even know that he was gay without reading Twitter. But it's the fact remains they did make him gay. That's perfectly fine for me. I don't really care. But the worst part, it's not even that. The worst part is that even after they got the gay content they've been wanting for, people still complained about it. And I don't know why. You guys are complaining about how we don't even know the name of this guy and that the animation was like 5 seconds long. Okay, well, first of all, we don't even know the name of the guy because we don't have the time to get to know him. This is the final season, which means it's at the peak of its war. And you want the creators to make, I don't know, an episode or 10 minutes worth of animation trying to get to know this guy that Shiro marries at the end of the show. And for those of you saying that they should have brought Adam back, y'all kind of dumb. Like, I know that Voltron brought back characters that should have been dead, but the way Adam died, I don't know how they would have passed off Adam coming back alive. The man fucking exploded in this tiny ass fucking airplane. I forgot what it's called, but man got exploded. Y'all don't remember the and then like the beep 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 signals, like, you know, and everyone was just astonished. Yeah, he's dead. There is no way they could have brought him back alive. And like, I'm just glad that they even animated 4 seconds of him and this no-name guy kissing and getting married. Honestly, they could have just left a picture of them holding hands. They went to animate it because of us. They wanted to satisfy us. They didn't want to deal with the complaints about how we want gay content, blah 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 blah. And yet we're still complaining because there is not enough. If anything, they didn't even have to show that Adam got married to a guy. They didn't even have to. But they did it for us. And we shouldn't be complaining. Next part, Honerva was such a good written villain, like, you guys don't even understand. She had a great motive. She executed her role as a villain really nicely, in my opinion. At some point, I actually started rooting for her. Her destroying universes to finally get the perfect reality she was finally looking for, I thought was a really cool concept compared to, like, you know, other villains just trying to make a better version of Voltron, trying to beat him up and trying to steal the lines. And when she finally found the perfect reality, met Baby Lotor and Zarkon, I was actually happy for her. Like, I'm low-key glad that Untitled beat the Voltron's ass so hard. Like, it was actually kind of satisfying. The amount of times Voltron had to form because of some unnecessary shit. I remember them forming Voltron this season because of 2 invisible spaceships that they forgot. When they formed Voltron, all they did was like, yeet! And then they were gone. Like, you guys couldn't have done that with your lines? If they had to form Voltron for those 2 small, invisible Goro spaceships, they should have died a long time ago, in my opinion. Voltron forming with the Atlas at the end of the season was kind of a bad move, in my opinion. I feel like after season 5 or 6, I think we all knew that Voltron was not the strongest weapon in the universe. Surprise! And that whatever Allura said about the, you know, Voltron being, oh my god, it's not strong, Castle Alliance, not. Like, it's not the strongest weapon in the universe. We all knew. Like, me waiting for a 20-minute episode about them fighting just to find out that someone gained a new fucking ability that somehow, fortunately, you know, counters the fucking Gara weapon was kind of annoying. So them forming with the Atlas was, in my opinion, not the best idea the writers had, because that actually proves for me and the rest of us, and I'm pretty sure the writers themselves, that Voltron was not the strongest weapon in the universe. I feel like they could have executed the battle a lot more better. Like maybe having the old paladins and spirit come to the paladins to fight with them, to fight Honerva. Oh, maybe something like that. Just like something to prove that Voltron is the strongest weapon in the universe. I mean, overall, it's still a pretty good battle. It wasn't the best option they had, but it wasn't the worst. I feel like they could have done something even more stupid, like, you know. My last point is that I felt like we needed more closure with the final season. I don't know how Voltron got through the wormhole that closed when they were chasing down Honerva. The reality was closing, the wormhole was closing, and then we know for sure the wormhole fucking closed because it should not have taken them that long to find Honerva. And like, you know, Honerva was already dressed up in another fucking reality. She was like, gonna meet gonna meet Zarkon, gonna meet my baby, gonna get some, you know, Zarkon dick, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was all prepared. That should have taken her at least some like 4 dobashis 4 hours, I don't know. Like, I just don't know how Voltron chased after her even though the wormhole closed. Like, they should have been destroyed when the reality closed, you know? But besides that, that's not the most concerning thing I have about this point. I actually wanted more closure with axca and the crew. The show left us off at such an awkward impression between them that I can't pinpoint or infer or make a conclusion about them. We saw that they were originally faced with the problem of how socially awkward the group was because axca came from the Gora lineage and that they had different childhoods and no one can just relate. And then like Veronica tries to help by following axca to the practice shooting range and axca notes that, and Veronica's like, no, we just want to get to know you, it's all good. And then we're just left with that. There were no scenes between them at all, and I'm just wondering like what the fuck happened to them. I wish the creators gave us an idea where the lions went on. We know that the lions left because there is no more danger, there's nothing to say, there's peace now. But I really wanted to know. If I were to infer, I'd feel like they would go back to their original places, or like maybe go to the Castle of Lions because, you know, since Allura sacrificed herself, the planets of Altea and Daibas all came back. So would that mean that the Castle of Lions came back? Because Allura and Honerva died, everything that were affected by Allura and Honerva was restored, is what I saw from the ending. So that means the Castle of Lions should be back? I don't know. That probably. So they probably went there. But yeah, that's all I just wanted to address about Voltron Season 8. I probably rambled on too much. I hope this isn't like a 15-minute video. That'd be a problem. I don't like editing for that long, actually. I'm gonna be real with you. The amount of times my phone stopped recording because I didn't have space was actually kind of annoying. So I might not do this. I might not do this again. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. Voltron could have done better with its ending, of course. But as a fandom, we could have done this a lot more better. We could have acted a lot more maturely. If you guys have any suggestions for some shows to give me, because I am running out of shows and I need to make shows. I need to brush up on my crack game, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm planning to watch Shiro and Dragon Prince, so watch out for cracks of those. But yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, got 'em. And yeah, see ya.